according to CNN, our president has spoken positively of President Putin over 70 times, calling him highly respected within his own country and beyond, and saying he's doing, and I quote, a great job. I'm wondering if you could share what you think the impact of that kind of posture by the American president is with respect to our allies in the region and with respect to our enemies in the region. What message does that communicate? It's sort of mystifying to me, but I'm just wondering, what are the geopolitical implications?
Thank you very much. And well, I think there's enough talk in this town about Russians meddling in your domestic politics. I don't want to be one more. So I don't think it's my place to comment on the administration or any political dynamic in the U.S. But I would say this. I think, if you watch Russian state TV, if you watch Kremlin propaganda outlets, you will hear that we, members of the Russian opposition, go to the West and we ask for money. We ask for political support. We ask for regime change. Of course, none of that is true. All we ask for are two things from Western leaders, including the government of the United States of America, the most important democracy in the world. We ask only two things. One is honesty, to be open and honest about what is happening in Russia. Don't pretend that something is happening that is not happening. Don't call things for what they are not. Just call things for what they are. Just be honest and open about the situation. That is the first thing. And the second thing we ask for of Western leaders, including the United States, is please be true and be faithful to your own principles. Don't enable the export of corruption and abuse from the Putin regime to the West. Don't enable this behavior by providing havens, as so many Western countries have for so long, to those human rights abusers and those crooks and those corrupt officials from the Putin regime who steal in Russia but prefer to spend in the West, and who keep their money in Western banks, who send their kids to study in Western schools, who buy real estate and properties and mansions and yachts in Western countries. And the Magnitsky Act, which was passed by this Congress almost 5 years ago, which introduced this very concept that those people who engage in human rights abuse and corruption should not be allowed to enter the U.S. or use the U.S. financial system. Boris Nemtsov was already mentioned in these hearings. He and I were sitting in the House Visitors Gallery on the day the Magnitsky Law was being passed. And I think every one of you present here voted for this law. And he called it, Boris Nemtsov called it, the most pro-Russian law ever passed in a foreign parliament, because it targets those people who abuse the rights of Russian citizens and who steal the money of Russian taxpayers. And that is commitment to principle. So this is all we would ask for of the U.S. government or any other government in the Western world.